Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to Controversial View. This is the new segment Joe and I are doing where we're going to talk about controversial films. And yes, we're going there. This is one that I'm sure you guys figured would be showing up sooner or later. We decided to do it, of course, sooner. We had planned for this to be the very first movie that we did, but we decided to open with Cannibal Holocaust. This time we're going to be talking about the Twilight Zone movie. And I'm sure most people know what the controversy in this is. The fact that in the very first segment of this anthology, Vic Morrow was killed along with two children in a helicopter accident on set. Um, what's weird is I actually remember hearing about this when I was younger because when I used to get up and get ready for school, my mother always had the news on. So, learning that John Lennon died, learning that Vic Morrow was killed, I always used to hear stuff like this in the mornings before school. And it didn't really affect me because I didn't know who Vic Morrow was like I do now because I've seen a lot more movies with him in it. So it didn't really affect me. And I remember watching the Twilight Zone movie and I didn't really associate the two. It wasn't until later on, probably in my 20s, maybe mid 20s, 30s, where I associated that death with this film. Now, there's also been a series on Shudder called Cursed Films, I believe, and I watched the first season of that, and I believe it was either that or a different series that had the Twilight Zone death on there, and they actually showed it, it was disturbing because it was uh, it was just disturbing. I had never seen anything like that before, and I didn't really think that they were going to go there. Now, granted, you don't see blood and guts and everything like that, but the people are there one minute, the helicopter goes down, and then they're not there anymore. So I don't know. It's just weird to see that kind of thing on a video or whatever. Almost kind of like the Faces of Death videos. I mean, I know some of those are fake and whatever, but just kind of like a reference. So I actually forgot how much I enjoyed this anthology because I hadn't seen it in quite some time. Joe and I watched it, and I just kind of I wonder if this had not happened, if the anthology would be as still talked about today, or if it would have been kind of lost in the shuffle. Of course, in this anthology, you have great directors directing these segments. You have Joe Dante, John Landis, Steven Spielberg, and George Miller, who does I believe it's the last segment with the plane. Mine has always been the one where they go to the house with the kid who can make anything happen with his mind. I think there are actually things in that segment that really are nightmare fuel, to be honest. All in all, this is a great anthology. Like I said, sometimes you forget how much you like something until you rewatch it, and it has been quite some time since I rewatched The Twilight Zone. I always liked it, but I don't know. It just sometimes it just sits, I guess. And it's not exactly one of the first things I think of when I think of my favorite anthologies. So check this one out. Don't forget to check out Joe's controversial view on Twilight Zone, the movie. And we're also going to have something very special for you guys. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to be talking about a lost film. So you're not going to want to miss that. Not exactly sure when it's going to happen, but stay tuned. If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time.